watching, right?
Those people.
Right now?
The fucking weirdos that came in here.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. The one with the leftovers?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
We just wasn't.
They were just being weirdos.
I said, "Do you have any questions?" So I got lots of them.
And then he left.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Who, the black dude?
it was a white dude. The black dude was just standing there.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we podcasting about?
Oh, so.
Politics?
Hey, it's the Wake and Bake. Hold on.
You are now listening to the Wake and Bake podcast with Buck Stallion.
So, the State of the Union address, I'm really curious about your input on this, because all I really took from it is that Pelosi is a childish cunt. But that's just me. I don't even vote. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was so petty. And on the Instagram, I follow KQED, which I don't know if you know, they are very hard left.
Oh.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know I grew up watching Sesame Street, and, you know, Bert and Ernie were gay the whole time. I didn't know. I thought they were just roommates. I was cool with them being roommates. I don't know why they got to be gay, but the liberal left has to tell me these things to ruin my fucking life. It's dead true. It is for realsies true. They fucking made it a thing.
Oh, it's official?
It's official. No, Google it.
Yeah, recently.
Google it.
Yeah.
But they were like, they always have been. It's just something that they
I'm
didn't.
too old for Sesame Street, but my sister was.
Nobody's too old for Sesame Street, but I think we're all too mature for their bullshit tactics. That's what I think. But anyways, Pelosi ripping up the speech at the end of the speech.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit childish. There's some talk that Trump snubbed her on the handshake, and
I heard that.
And he might
why
have,
wouldn't he?
Well, he might have, but I actually watched it, and he immediately handed her the speech, and then started to turn his head as she stuck her hand out. So it could have just been that he wasn't paying attention, and
or he doesn't care,
or he doesn't give a shit. And why would he? They've been trying to ruin him over nothing for 3 years. So I would be kind of pissed too.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was pretty childish of Pelosi, and I think it's going to play extraordinarily negative for the Democrat Party. I think the way that they all sat there when there was, you know, when he was talking about stuff they should have been applauding for.
Well, and she's just doing her bitch face stare.
Yeah.
She's like, it was so weird. I saw some funny stuff though. Like I used the picture that my friend oh my god, now what's his name? Who's the guy that plays Iron Man?
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay. Kevin Downey Jr. is a comedian friend of mine.
Is he related?
No.
Okay.
But he was on the fucking what's that show, like, not The Voice, the X contest one where you can do anything.
Oh, okay.
Like you can do comedy, you can do music, you can do dancing. Yeah. He was on that, and he actually got booed by Heidi Klum.
Really?
Because he said he did a joke about what's the fucking knock you out, chloroform. He did a chloroform joke. Like, he was like, yeah, you know, whenever I go out dating, I always make sure I have a fresh bottle of chloroform or something like that. I don't want to fuck up his joke.
Chloroform or GHB?
No, chloroform.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a straight fucking murderer move, which is hilarious to me. But Klump or whatever her fucking name is, she didn't like it.
Well, yeah.
But no, I really was interested, and you had said that you were doing new stuff with Trump stuff here, as you're putting on your Trump flag, wearing your Trump hat, and in front of me is gold Trump dollars. And these are obviously not real, but they're $100 bills, and they look like gold leaf, right? Printed gold leaf?
Yeah. So I'm doing, it's not quite ready yet, but I'm doing hugetrumpbox.com. It's a custom box with a framed commemorative Trump coin and gold bill, a shirt, a Trump shirt, a Trump hat, a Trump pin, a 5x3 foot Trump flag, and then there's a bonus. And it comes in a commemorative box that's shipped inside another box. So it's not the shipping box. It's an actual box that you would keep. And they'll be available at the end of February. They'll start to ship. Pre-orders will be available starting probably by the weekend on hugetrumpbox.com, and you'll get a $10 discount if you order them ahead of time. It's $59.99 shipped, You $49.99 if you order it ahead of time. And again, it's a shirt, a hat, a flag, a pin, a framed bill and coin, and then a bonus. Hold on 1 second.
There's one more thing. He's dealing with a postmaster right now. Postmaster just walked in, so we're gonna.
No, I think that's it. It's a shirt, a hat, a coin, and a bill framed together in a nice frame.
No, these frames are nice. I like what you got going on.
Yeah, they're pretty
there.
cool. Yeah, a pin, and then there's going to be some tokens, but I don't want to give it away. Every box is going to have a unique mystery gift. So, but they're all
maybe a Trump straw.
You know, I do like the Trump plastic straws. I find them pretty hilarious. So maybe a Trump G-string, or a Trump eye patch maybe for Dan Crenshaw. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't decided.
So now, so back to the State of the Union. I was just, I wanted to know what was like some of the highlights for you. For me, it was actually Rush Limbaugh being recognized and his response, like the way that he was. So I could tell it kind of pulled his heartstrings. You know what I mean? You could see it. I mean, that guy. I never cared much for Rush Limbaugh growing up. You know what I mean? And I've even told people like that want to get into verbal jousts about politics and shit. I go, look, motherfucker, I don't even watch fucking this guy. Oh yeah.
Well. Being yeah, I know. Hold on a sec. How you doing?
And we'll be back with his response in just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes the wood grain ripper, the microphone ripper, the 88 Regal candy painted car whipper, neon ray bender, purple rain sipper, fine slide one on the website flipper, funk style bender. I ain't no pretender. One thing I ain't is late for dinner. The purple tree burner, whack and see murder, fly black sparrow, Stevie Ray Camaro. Getting hoes as I spit my flows. Black 81 Caprice looking like a free show. Feeling good, gripping wood as I know I should. Smoking trees, feel the breeze as I hump your knees. Rider on, I compress some money up on my dresser. And the way your mama look, might have to molest her. Smoking dank, counting bank, cocaine on my plate. Stopped at the Outback for a prime rib steak. You think well, I can sell as I rock gazelles. Damn, bitch, you smell nose like Gargamel. Fuck the devil on that level, can you dig it like shovel? No need to rebuttal, bro, your chick need a muzzle. Rockin' dunk, smoking skunk as the beat goes thump. Not a chump nor a punk, I'm a gosh darn hunt. Do my thing, switch my lane on a plane to Spain. Counting change, not the same, watch me king this game. Here comes the wood grain ripper, the microphone ripper, the 88 Regal candy painted car whipper, neon ray bender, purple rain sipper, fine slide one on the website flipper, funk style bender. I ain't no pretender. One thing I ain't is late for dinner. The purple tree burner, whack and see murder, fly black sparrow, Stevie Ray Camaro. Speaking Latin when I'm rapping, watch me rock this setting. Look like magic, feel the fabric, it's a starter jacket. Got it giants, bitch don't bite it, acting so defiant. Ho, keep quiet, you should die, know that slide the flyers. Wearing leather on my buns and my Air Force Ones. In the sun, having fun, chronic in my lungs. Snap Seattle, wanna battle, watch me sign wine rattle. like a snake in your face as I pump that bass. She a fiend on the scene, sip premethazine. I might fall off that lane like my Sony flat screen. Getting calls on my balls, slide pieces on walls. At the mall full of gold, make them say yes, yo. Eating brisket, that's the ticket, sleazy, so exquisite. It's the mystic, chauvinistic, right above the speed limit. On that feature, I will teach you and distort your speaker. It's the illest motherfucker this side of Massachusetts.
Here comes the wood grain ripper, microphone ripper, the 88 Regal candy painted car whipper, neon ray bender, purple rain sipper, fine slide one on the website flipper, funk style bender. I ain't no pretender. One thing I ain't is late for dinner. The purple tree burner, whack 'em see murder, fly black sparrow, Stevie Ray Camaro, 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 Camaro.
All right. So we had just asked Brian about his State of the Union notes or highlights as far as he was concerned. What highlights? Like I said, the Rush Limbaugh thing was big for me.
Yeah, I mean the Rush was big. I think listing all the accomplishments, especially in the minority community. The Democrats have taken the minority vote for granted for so long, and done absolutely nothing for them other than tell them, we owe you something because we've held you down, which doesn't do anything for them. And Trump's come along and, as Candace Owens says, you've got to Blexit. Trump's polling in the 30% among African Americans in several different polls, which is unheard of. If he gets 14 to 16% of the black vote, Democrats have no chance, which they have no chance anyway. But with that, they can't win. And I think he's going to get 25 to 30, and I think there's a good chance they're going to flip Virginia. They're going to flip Minnesota for sure. They're going to flip New Hampshire. He lost by 9 points in Virginia, but with the black vote, they better watch out. So I just thought it was the big thing was, listing all the accomplishments. The Democrats are so hell-bent on hating Trump that they don't understand how much they're dividing the country. And, I am a former... Full disclosure, I've been a registered Democrat for the first, 20 years that I could vote. And 18. And I re-registered and as a Republican because the Democrats have gone so far left. And I just think it's petty and childish and coming on the heels of this impeachment nonsense. We can't prove our case. We don't want to subpoena witnesses, so you do it for us. Bullshit. And
then everybody's like blaming them for not calling witnesses, and they're like, "Dude, we don't have any witnesses to call, because we don't care about this bullshit."
Well, and Adam Schiff, the biggest fucking liar on the planet, says, "Well, you were able to call your own witnesses," and it's like, no, the Republicans put witnesses out there, and you said no. So you can pretend all you want that it was fair in the House, and it wasn't. And anyone that says it is a liar, and they're unwilling to look through their own mask, or all they ever watch is CNN. The difference between liberals and conservatives, let me tell you something. Conservatives watch liberal news, okay? They watch conservative news, but they expose themselves, and I'm generalizing, so not everyone. They expose themselves to the other side of the aisle. Liberals don't.
Right.
They don't.
They refuse to.
They unfriend people on Facebook if they think differently than them. They refuse to watch any other news source than CNN or MSNBC. And they hate. And it's absurd. And so it drove me out of the party. It drove about 15 of my friends that were Democrats out of the party. And in 2020, if you think you're going to put Bernie Sanders up and have a moderate Democrat or anywhere near moderate vote for Bernie Sanders, you're out of your fucking mind. So, let me just say, go to the sports store, okay? Buy your fucking canoe. Because the valley is going to be full of liberal tears come November.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So buy the fucking canoe.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask you. You brought up Bernie, and I just this butt cake guy or whatever his name
Buttigieg.
is. Yeah. But, what was that shit all about? I didn't really follow that.
The Iowa caucus?
Yeah.
Well, it's a unique process. It's not just like here we vote. In Iowa, they actually caucus. They meet they meet in gyms, and there's 1,700 of these meetings. They meet all over the place, and basically what happens is each candidate has to have a 15% representation to get any of the state delegates, if you will. So it's
Butt Keg, he's doing really good.
Right. Well, see, but the interesting thing is you can have, let's say you go somewhere and there's, to make math easy, there's 100, okay? And Joe Biden has 13. And, I don't know, Tulsi Gabbard has 2. Well, they stay there, and the Bidens can convince the 2 from Gabbard to come over to get him to the 15%. So it's like a big... they stay and they can convince each other to change their votes. It's almost like a jury. So it's a very interesting process. And they went to a new app that was designed by the Clintons. Whatever. They went to a new app that just was a complete clusterfuck. And I think we're at about 70% results. And Buttigieg and Bernie are about even at 25 to 27% last time I looked. And then you've got Warren about 18. Biden came in under 15. And, of course, he's guaranteeing results in New Hampshire and Arizona, but we'll see about that. And, Buttigieg, he really went out aggressively on the counties that Obama flipped. And so he was, speaking, I think, to the right crowd. Biden, the only right crowd for him is the nurse at the nursing home. Yeah. And, Bernie has his young voters, but when Biden gets nominated, they just won't vote because they're too stupid to realize that you vote for the lesser of two evils. Or they're going to vote their conscience, which is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see what.
So you think it's going to be Butt Keg versus Trump?
No. I think it'll be Bernie. Yeah, I think it'll be Bernie. Who knows? It could be Biden. I don't know that people in the South can vote for Bernie or Buttigieg because he's gay, and he's kind of an empty suit like Obama. I mean, he was the fucking mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Like, he's a good orator. He went to Harvard. He was a Rhodes Scholar. The guy can debate with the best in the country.
I have friends in Indiana, and I'm never going to visit there.
I've been to Indiana, so and he's a nice enough guy. I could give two shits about him being gay, but I'm not the only person in this country that votes, so I don't think he can win.
Yeah.
And Bernie. Biden is he's not there anymore. He's senile. And I'm not saying that because I supported Obama Biden in 08. So I'm not in 12. But Biden, I think, is just not there anymore. And I don't think that, regardless of how much money Numbnut spends, I don't think that he has a chance. I mean, he can make it interesting, and he can Ross Perot the election and ruin it for the Dems. Yeah. I mean, Warren is a... Warren is Warren, but I don't really even need to say anything else. No comment on Warren is warranted. How's that?
Yeah.
It's going to be between Buttigieg and Bernie. I think it's going to be Bernie, which is ridiculous because anyone anywhere near the center is going to not vote for him because he's a socialist. And people say, oh, well, you guys throw the socialist term around. Well, he's a self-described socialist. Like, he admits it. Yeah. Unlike all the other ones. He actually says, yeah, no, I am. Yeah. He's very consistent with that for 40 years. So.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be a landslide.
So who are you voting for?
Probably Bernie. No, I'm going to vote Trump. He's done a great job. I mean, I actually think people say, oh, he's a terrible guy. Well, let me tell you something. Terrible guys that are billionaires don't raise kids, that don't drink, don't do drugs, that don't fuck up. People that are billionaires that have kids, typically, they're not good kids. Yeah. Let's look at the Bidens.
Trump's kids are pretty good kids.
Trump's kids are good. You know what that means? It means he's a good dad, which means he's a good guy. So,
or at least he hires the right nannies.
Right.
Whatever.
People pretend like declaring bankruptcy in a construction business is terrible. It happens all the time. There's a guy in Stockton who's declared bankruptcy 9 times with 9 different companies. It's the business. So for people that don't know, you need to shut your fucking mouth or find out. Yeah. But his policy's good. USMCA, China trade deal. Even though the Democrats pretend it's not working, it's working, and they pretend that farmers don't like it. They like it because they know in the end they're going to win. Right. Being able to unite the entire Middle East, including Israel, against Iran. Moving the embassy to Jerusalem. He's
snuffing ISIS.
snuffing ISIS, killing.
And it sounds like he's going after somebody else next.
They killed him. They're announced that they killed what's his face.
No, I know the ISIS is done,
Oh.
but he's talking. Yeah, I thought he was making a statement in this somewhere in the.
Well, there's an offshoot of Al Qaeda that's still pretty.
Oh
Yeah. And then they killed Salami. From,
I know what. No, I know what it was. It was the Puerto Rican guy. Who was the?
Oh, you're talking about Venezuela?
Venezuela.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maduro or whatever his name, Nicolas
Yeah.
Maduro, whatever his
Yeah.
name was. Well, he actually invited the
legitimate.
Yeah, well,
president.
legitimate according to the Western world.
Yeah. The guy we want.
Yeah, right. But no, it's it'll be interesting. The country's coming to a great divide, and it's going to go one way or the other. And
well, I think I'm gonna. I got my paperwork. I don't know if I told you this on the phone the other day. I'm actually gonna vote this year, and I'm gonna vote for Trump.
Good.
But I didn't realize I had registered as a Republican whenever I was 18.
Well,
I
think you're going to find that voter turnout in the Republican Party is going to be absurd because they're tired of what's been happening. And I think you're going to have people that haven't voted in California, New York forever because it doesn't matter. Idiots that want to talk about popular vote, like you don't campaign for popular vote because it makes no fucking difference.
Yeah.
But they're going to come out and vote, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 70 million votes. That's how much you're going to have 8 million more votes for Trump in 2020 than he had in 2016, I believe.
Well,
At least.
One of the things that we were talking about yesterday on the podcast was how Joe Rogan has endorsed Bernie, it seems. But that's only like 2.5 million votes.
Well, and
and that's if everybody is on board with what Joe says.
It was a little bit of a endorsement, but it wasn't a complete endorsement. It was basically I like the guy, and I think he's at least honest and true to what he says.
What about that Asian dude that wanted to give everybody
Yang,
like a couple
$1,000?
Yeah,
no, he has no chance.
He's phasing out.
Yeah, Yang. The only people that got votes really were you had Buttigieg was at the top, or Sanders might have overtaken him. I haven't seen Sanders. Then you had Warren, then Biden, then Klobuchar. And everyone else was less than 1%. So you had Yang, Bloomberg, Tulsi Gabbard, who's actually possibly the only sane Democrat in the party. But she doesn't fit the bill,
Yeah.
So but it's going to be fun for a Republican. It's going to be fun because the Democrats are going to lose the House. Every seat they flipped in 18 is coming back, and then some. And it's going to be an interesting night. Might have a watch party.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you know,
Dude, I saw something that made me think of you the other day. It was somebody in San Francisco took the craziest shit backwards. They basically leaned on the toilet seat and shit and shat on the floor.
Nice.
And they said, "This is for all the libtards. There you go. Congratulations, California." And I thought, wow, that's pretty close to what Brian wanted to do.
I do fantasize about.
But what was crazy is this dude shit so hard. There was his clean footprints. You could see where he was standing, bro.
So it went all over his feet.
Oh, bro, he did not give a fuck. He made a mess. It was great.
You made a mess?
Yeah.
You make a mess?
You make a mess? So, yeah.
Yesterday she pooped in her diaper and we said, "Did you poop, Violet?" "I made a big mountain poo."
You can tell, too, whenever you're wearing a diaper.
Oh, yeah.
And you just fucking blarp.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to say that that's what Trump does whenever he was on the set of fucking the what's the
Apprentice?
The Apprentice, yeah, that he would wear a diaper and he would just clear the room sometimes because it was shit. His shit was so rank.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And I just thought that's what I would do if I was rich. I'd be like, fuck you guys.
If I could wear a diaper.
Yeah, I'll wear a diaper. I'm gonna shit myself every time I'm fucking bored. Like, I don't know. That's what I would do.
Yeah, maybe go over to Market Street in the financial district and line up 100 people and just drop trow and shit right in the street.
Yeah, it's legal. It's legal now.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Still could happen.
It might happen. Might have a shit party over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
HugeTrumpBox.com. Okay.
I should've done the mic. I should've done your motherfucking bike. I should've done your motherfucking back. I'm shit on your motherfucking head. I'm a shit on your motherfucking hand. I'm a shit on your motherfucking grams. I'm a shit on your little bitty sister. And then I'm gon' kiss her. I'm a shit on a dude named Sam. I'm a shit on a girl named Pam. I'm a shit on the one called Todd. I'm a shit and then he gon' nod. Like,
I think somebody shit it.
like, yeah. I know you just shit it like,
I think somebody shit it.
wait. I think I just shit. I'ma shit on your face if you piss me off. And every time I'm on the microphone, my dick ain't suck. It's straight hard when I rhyme, yeah, it's hard when I roll. And never gave a fuck because I straight lose control. They call me oh wait, somebody shit it.
I think somebody shit it.
Wait, I think somebody shit it. Wait, yup. I shit it. I should've done the mic. I should've done your motherfucking bike. I should've done your motherfucking back. I'm shit on your motherfucking head. I'm a shit on your motherfucking hand. I'm a shit on your motherfucking grams. I'm a shit on your little bitty sister. And then I'm gon' kiss her. I'm a shit on a dude named Sam. I'm a shit on a girl named Pam. I'm a shit on the one called Todd. I'm a shit and then he gon' nod. Like,
I think somebody shit it.
yeah. I know you just shit it like,
I think somebody shit it.
wait. I think I just shit. I'ma shit on your face if you piss me off. And every time I'm on the microphone, my dick ain't suck. It's straight hard when I rhyme, yeah, it's hard when I roll. And never gave a fuck because I straight lose control. They call me Coco Rhyme, whip a foot rhyme like this. And I don't even give a fuck, I straight drink my own. It's like urine, yeah, it's my turn to rip a microphone because I'm not learning. Education's first, sex is second, rhymes is third, and of course my turd straight shitting motherfuckers, yeah.
I think somebody shit it.
Wait, I think somebody shit it like,
I think somebody shit it.
wait, I think somebody shit it, yup.
I think somebody shit it.
But I support the Buck Amendment. I think it is important to be have clarity here, and I think that Mr. Buck is right on the money here.